Each day, all across America, thousands of CSX employees proudly serve our nation. From the foods we eat, to the cars we drive, the lumber and steel that shape our buildings, to the fuel that runs them. We move what matters, in a way that matters. Beyond the boxcars and the locomotives, CSX as a company is also on the move. Exceeding customer demands and shareholder expectations, CSX is moving into the national spotlight as the premier railroad transportation company. The driving force that moves our company forward is here, in finance. CSX's finance professionals use forward-thinking analysis to support and enable the company's strategic goals. Company leaders depend on the fact-based analysis provided by our finance team for every decision made. Analysts are improving processes, entrenching themselves in all departments and facets of the company. Our finance professionals are highly sought after. They are the future leaders of this company, and most of them start here in our management trainee program. With a compact 6-month rotational schedule, the management trainee program gives participants unprecedented exposure to company executives, an in-depth look at the various departments, and networking opportunities. Finance management trainees must possess strong analytical skills and curiosity. They must be self-motivated and demonstrate effective communication skills, because the projects are real and results are expected. Trainees solve real business issues, then work side by side with CSX decision makers to implement the solutions. Are you ready to make your own future? CSX Finance Professionals, critical to how tomorrow moves.
We put people in their rotations immediately, and we give them a project that, say, takes 6 to 8 weeks to do, that they can actually go and help make an actionable decision on.
They treat us in the program as if we're already on the staff, and this is stuff that actually is benefiting the company.
Even at an entry-level position, I'm there helping to make recommendations that'll be used by our decision makers to help form the future of our company.
Not every company is going to give you those opportunities. The opportunities I've been given here at CSX within the first 2 months far exceeds those of all the people that I went to school with.
Why you want this job is you are doing exactly what you were taught in college. You're going out into the corporate world and making decisions.
That was something that I didn't necessarily expect, was to be so hands-on as a finance professional in terms of guiding and finding solutions for real problems that existed in the company.
I'm an integral part of helping provide the information and making the right decisions on where we're going to spend that money.
These people have an opportunity to work on some very, very important things that have a direct bearing on the bottom line, and to do so early in the career. Hopefully that would be something that's seen as being very attractive for anyone who's considering joining an organization like CSX and specifically participating in the finance management training program.
We have a philosophy, generally speaking, of sort of growing our own talent. And our management training program is the primary way that we bring new talent into CSX.
One of the things in our management training program is we cover all the disciplines of the company. So we have no expectation someone's going to come in knowing the railroad. We have an expectation they're going to come in and learn about the railroad. And I think that's what's made our employees so valuable to other parts of the company, is that our employees have spent a lot of time, our trainees, learning about the business.
The training that you get is pretty rigorous, and it's pretty highly valued throughout the company. And so if you work for somewhere for a while and they know that you were a trainee, they're more likely to say, he knows a wide part of the company. Let's see if he's interested in maybe moving outside of finance.
It's a very flat organization, and so there's a lot of lateral movements in, I guess, the early years of careers.
There are lots of areas that I could go into and be able to be value added to the company.
We're trying to bring people in to show them the career possibilities at CSX, and then it's up to them.
That's very encouraging for a young guy like myself, who I do have aspirations of being a director for some business unit here, for being an AVP, maybe a VP one of these days. If you look at the demographics of our company, you've got some people that are being hired on now, but there was a big trough of no hires for a long time, and then there's a lot of people that in the next 5 years will be retiring out of positions.
The best thing about the ideas that come from such a young, new, and fresh department is the fact that all ideas are welcome.
It's important that we're able to attract a workforce like that, because people bring different perspectives, they bring different levels of technical expertise.
this is the place for the new ideas in the company to grow.
After my first piece of work experience, I realized that culture of the company matters, and it's one of the things that matters the most.
We are not micromanaged. We are given a lot of responsibilities from day one. A lot depends on our motivation and our self-leadership of how much we're willing to do.
Every time I feel like I'm kind of hitting that spot where I'm getting comfortable, without even me having to raise my hand and say I need more, it's almost like they recognize that, and they've continued to pull me up and put more and more on my plate. So I've never actually hit the point where I've sat around and felt like there's something more I need to do. I've constantly been challenged.
There's nothing worse than having not enough to do and basically waiting for it to be 5 o'clock, and that's definitely not the case here.
That is what keeps me going, not being bored, but being challenged. Okay. It's probably that analytical curiosity that's the challenge.
The challenge is not enough time in the day. As a finance professional here, you're in high demand. A lot of people want to use your financial ability to work on projects.
Well, I have a friend. She's an accountant working in auditing at one of the big 4 accounting firms. She'll call me every now and then and say, wow, I just left work and it's 11 o'clock at night, or it's 10 o'clock at night and they're ordering us food because we're going to be here late. And I just feel like I don't have to worry about that here. The work-life balance is wonderful, and that's another reason why I chose CSX.
I think you've got to look at the full package. You've got to look at compensation. You've got to look at where the company's located. You've got to look at what the company's ideals are, and you've got to look at how long has this company been in business, and do they have the stability to weather the storm. And I think CSX hits on all those.
If I were in your shoes right now, I would definitely be giving CSX a hard look, because there are millions of companies out there, but CSX is one of those stars that you may not have seen until right now. And I want you to take a real hard look at this as an option for you.
CSX Finance Professionals, critical to how tomorrow moves.